In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. My dear brothers and sisters, hearty welcome to all of you to this program, Daily Walk with Mary. Today, the 2nd of April, we have for our consideration a special title of Our Lady, that is, Our Lady of Highest Grace. Our Lady of Highest Grace. And this devotion was established long ago. And there were pilgrimages made to this shrine of Our Lady of Highest Grace. That was in the Dominican Republic, a town called Higui. And especially now, the name of Ponce de Leon and his daughter Nina are very much mentioned. Ponce de Leon was a sailor. One day, when he was on his journey, sailing through the sea, a great tempest broke out. And there was much, not the very rough, sea became so rough, and he was almost in danger of being fully shipwrecked. And he didn't know what to do. And he prayed to Our Lady. Not exactly to this Our Lady of this special title, but his devotion to Our Lady. So he prayed. And he vowed that if he could be saved, if he could survive this catastrophe, he will build a chapel shrine on the hill which could be seen afar off. And with the special intervention of Our Lady, surely, the sea became calm, the wind began to die out, and the ship was saved from being wrecked in the sea. So this news, when he came home, he narrated this event. And his daughter, her name is Nina. She was very much moved with the special power of Our Lady. And she too began to pray to Our Lady in a special way, perhaps more devoutly than the previous days. And then one day it so happened that when she was praying, Our Lady herself appeared to her. Our Lady appeared and blessed her, and he made a request. He told her to request from her father a gift, a painting of Our Lady of Highest Grace. So this is suggested by Our Lady herself. You ask your father to make you a gift of a painting of Our Lady of Highest Grace. Surely she went and told her father, and he was at a loss, he was amazed, because he had never heard such a title given to Our Lady. He had never seen any painting with this title. So he didn't know how to make an artist to draw any picture without having any idea. And She, Nina, explained to her father, Our Lady appeared in blue dress, blue gown, with a white scapular. That was the only sign she could give. Still, he didn't get any idea of how to make a picture of it, a painting of it. He asked the bishop of the place, and he too said, No, there is no such statue for Our Lady. There is no such painting in this name. So he was actually didn't know what to do. And one day he was going for a 3-day journey. And on his return, he happened to take shelter at night, lodging in a small hut. And the owner of that hut welcomed him welcomed her as a guest, and there was another old man too in the same hut. They two were put together. And this old man, he was not speaking much, but he was having something very precious, a treasure in his saddlebag. And he was keeping that saddlebag with himself, and he was lying down. He was going to sleep. And this Ponce de Leon, he went on talking to this owner of that lodge, and during the conversation, he said, I am on the lookout for a special painting of Our Lady. My daughter has got a message from Our Lady herself, and I do not know how to find this picture. And our bishop too told there is no such thing as Our Lady of Highest Grace. Then this old man said, Why? No. Why do you say such a painting does not exist? There is. And I myself have a copy of it. Then he opened his saddlebag, took out a parchment, and unrolled it, and showed them a beautiful picture of Our Lady with infant Jesus and Saint Joseph. The picture was like this. Our Lady is with infant Jesus, and Saint Joseph with a lighting lantern in his hand. And the picture seemed to be so beautiful. And both this Ponce de Leon and the owner of that lodge, both of them knelt down, bowed down to show respect to this beautiful picture of Our Lady. And when they raised their head, they couldn't see that old man anymore. He had just vanished. They didn't know where he went, why he went. Anyhow, this Ponce de Leon had asked the old man, you please give me that picture. I will give whatever I have, because I am so much in search of it. But the old man said, No, don't give me anything for this. Will you take this picture to your daughter Nina? And it was after this they knelt down to bow down to Our Lady, and then when they woke up, this old man, was not seen anymore. And Ponce de Leon went home with this beautiful painting of Our Lady of Highest Grace. And the daughter Nina was standing under an orange tree. When she saw her father coming, she immediately ran to her and said, Papa, give me that painting of Our Lady. And he showed that painting, and he said, This is exactly how Our Lady appeared to me. This painting is so beautiful. I like it so much. And she began to cover the face of Our Lady with kisses. And this picture was kept in a chapel. were or came to pay their homage. Then this girl, Nina, died, and she was buried under the orange tree because she was so much fond of that place. Because it was there that she could see the picture, she was so much desiring to see the painting of Our Lady. And so they buried her under the orange tree. And then it so happened that this painting of Our Lady, Our Lady of Highest Grace, disappeared from the chapel where it was placed, and it was seen on the branches of this orange tree. They took it, brought it back to the chapel. Again, it went back to the branch of the orange tree. This event or this happened, repeated 3 times. And the people fully believed. This is indeed the will of Our Lady, the will of God. And so they concluded that they should build a chapel, a shrine in honor of Our Lady, the place where this orange tree was standing. And they prepared a beautiful basilica, beautiful shrine of Our Lady, and the name Our Lady of Highest Grace was given there, and people began to come in great group, and they began to honor Our Lady, to praise and glorify Our Lady. Later, the painting of Our Lady of Highest Grace was finally established there, and the chapel was acknowledged by the authorities of the church, and so many people gathered there, so many miracles took place, so many healings took place there, and it continues to be a place of great pilgrimage of Our Lady. So, here again we see it was the painting of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. So let us thank for this prodigy that Our Lady worked for our edification, to teach us more and more, to convince us more and more. The power of Our Lady, the desire she has to bring her graces upon every one of us, and the title, the highest grace. Actually, the highest grace we receive from Our Lady is Jesus Himself. Jesus is the highest grace. And in that picture, Mary is shown with the infant Jesus, whom she is presenting to the world. So, she is the mother of highest grace. Let us remember these truths. Let us appreciate more and more the great good she is doing us, the great favor she is doing for our sake, that of bringing down Jesus from the world to give Jesus to the world, to give God to the world. Let us promise her that we will accept Jesus in our hearts, and that we will grow more and more in our devotion to, true devotion to Our Lady. Let us ask for her blessing. Mary, Mother of the highest grace, we place ourselves at your feet. Thank you for the grace gift of the highest grace, that is Jesus. Help us to receive Jesus into our hearts and to live a life more fully dedicated to Jesus and to you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.